move a little bit.
Yeah, you need to slide over a little. Just want to make sure everyone can
Would
see.
it help if I go one way or the other?
Well, I think that's. Oh, I didn't say anything yet, but you can join us up front. There's always room up front. Very nice. Welcome to Stretch and Core, everyone. We do have balls that we'll be using today, but we're going to go ahead and set them to the side while we're starting off with the stretches. Very nice. So let's start with posture. We're tall, seated in a chair. And we're going to start off with a few cat-cows. So we're here sending the fingertips up the thigh, changing our gaze up towards the ceiling, and then rounding out that back, sliding the fingertips back down. And we're going to rotate here, back and forth. We're gentle with our movements, remembering to breathe. Very nice. And we're going to go for about 2 more here. Nice, last one. Very good. Coming up tall, we're going to go right hand to left knee, turning and holding in place for spinal rotation. Very nice. Well, we turn into the opposite side. We'll change hand placement. Left hand to right knee, holding here. Very nice. We're coming back to the center, going for eagle arms. So we're here wide, sending the elbows back slightly, trying to tense up the back. Then we're going to bring fingers together, rounding out that back once more, condensing into the midline. And let's rotate here for a moment, expanding wide, feeling that stretch throughout the chest. Very nice. And then returning back in. And we're going to keep it here, coming out wide, holding that stretch. Very nice. And let's do one more, coming out wide. Very nice. And then we'll come back into the center. We're going to release, going right hand to left knee once again, turning and holding in place. Very nice. Once again, we're going to change hand placement, opposite side this time, holding in place. Very nice. And we'll return back to the center. We're going to scoot slightly to the edge of the chair so we have more room behind us. We're sending one arm behind, resting on the waistline, allowing the shoulder to stretch. Very nice. Let's change arms. We're going to allow this arm to rest opposite side. Again, it's coming through that waistline. Very well. And we'll release here. We're going to drop one ear to the shoulder. Opposite arm is going to come out in a diagonal. And we're going to drop the wrist. We're here, holding in place, allowing the neck to stretch. Very good. We'll release. Same thing for that opposite side. We're sending out in a diagonal, ears dropping to the shoulder, holding here. Very nice. And we'll release. We're going to try to lengthen the spine, interlocking fingers, sending it overhead. up all the way, holding for a couple seconds and releasing. You can stop face area, coming halfway. You want to hold for a couple seconds before you release. Very nice. Keeping it here for a couple seconds. And last one here. And we'll release. Going into shoulder rolls. We're going to switch, so now we're moving up and forward. Let's go ahead and separate the legs wide. We're going to drop one elbow to the thigh. Opposite arm is coming overhead for that oblique stretch. Turn tall. The arm that we sent overhead, we're going to put behind the waist again, holding here. Nice. We'll do the same thing for the opposite side. So we're here, allowing that elbow to rest on the thigh, sending the arm over, stretching out the obliques, holding this position here. Very nice. Coming backward, we're going to send this arm behind again. Remaining tall, hips forward. Very nice. Good little release. We're going to bring in the legs together. We're going into prayer hands. And here we're going to twist left and right. So we have a slight hinge movement. Returning up tall and then sliding it over to the opposite side. Remembering to pause at the top. Wing left and right. Hips forward as you twist the torso. Very nice. And slow and control it at your own pace. We're going to do one more for each side. Then we're going to break to grab our ball. So with our stretching core, we're going to add in a little core component using our ball here. Yes, there's one. Very nice. So we're going to still keep towards the edge of the chair, leaning back on that backrest for support. Here in this lean, we have a little bit more core engagement. We're taking our ball left and right. So we're here dropping it off as if we're going for those rotations again, targeting those obliques. And then we're just going to count this down from 15. Very nice. You have great movement. Nice. And we're at 10. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Nice. And we have one more for each side. 1. And then we'll release, coming up tall, dropping the ball back down. Very nice. We're coming back tall in our chairs, still working the shoulders. We're going to rotate one at a time. each side. And then we're gonna go back to those eagle arms. We're here holding close, but now expanding wide. Returning back in. Very good. Making sure we're feeling that reach as we extend arms out. Returning them back into the midline. Very nice. One more here, sending it in and then back out. One arm is going to come across the chest here as we hold. Go ahead and send that behind, gently pressing on that elbow here, targeting the triceps. Back across the chest, this time going for our wrist rotations. Very nice. We'll release. Same arm we had across the chest. We're going to hip hinge here, allowing to kind of just dangle by our side. So small rotational movements. Turning back tall, we're rounding out the backs. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing for the opposite side. Starting off wide, opposite arm is coming across the chest as we hold in place here. Very nice. We're going to send this arm behind. Again, gently pressing on that elbow, making sure we're feeling that in our tricep. Nice. Then we're back across the chest. This time going for those wrist rotations again. Hinging once more, we're going to allow this opposite arm to kind of rotate by our side. And then we'll round out the backs again. Both hands are now going to come behind your chair as you shift your gaze to the ceiling. Starting off with the thumbs to the front, we're going to send them to the side, then turning the palms facing the ceiling, opening up the chest a bit more. And if you would like to deepen the stretch, try to send the thumbs back slightly more behind until you're comfortable with that pull. Very nice. And then we'll release it here. Send one hand out in front, gently pressing back with those fingers. We're going to stretch out our wrists. And then let's do the same thing for the opposite side. Fine motor skills, we're going to have one finger matching the thumb, rotating here. One more set with this hand, and then we'll do the same thing for the opposite, turning it down. Very nice. See the finger? And one opposite leg. We're starting off with the ball in one hand. We're driving up the knee to the midline. We're turning it back down to the floor. We're going to keep it here for 15, 14, 12, very nice, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to make this equal, switching it to the opposite side this time. Again, opposite hand, opposite leg. We're here counting this down for 15. Nice. We're at 10. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. We're going to drop the ball back down. And then here we're going to go for upper body rotational. So we're here in the chair tall, making circular motions here, just using that upper body. And let's rotate here for a moment. Very nice. And one more in this direction. Then we're going to rotate opposite direction, but this time we're going to add arms. So we're swooping the feet and returning tall in the chair. Nice. Everyone has a great pace, slow and controlled. So we're going to go for one more here after we return tall. We're going to use those front railings for side bends. One more for each side. Returning back tall in our chair, we're going to send one leg forward, up on the heel. We have a slight bend in the knee. We're inhaling up, exhaling on our way down, holding in place here. Grabbing over or under the knee, pulling up slightly to go for that ankle rotation. Nice, and we'll take a moment to point and flex. And then we'll take another moment to wiggle the toes in the toe box. Very well, and we'll release. Same thing for the opposite side. We're sending that leg up from the heels, inhaling up, exhaling on our way down. And we'll round out the backs here to return back tall in our chair. Same concept, grabbing over and under the knee, going for our ankle rotations here. Very well. We'll point and flex. And then we'll show some care to our toes in this toe box here. Bless you. Bless you. Very well. Move release. We're going to drop one leg off of the chair, turning to face the cubby, sitting in our lunge. Very nice. We're going to rotate, dropping the opposite leg this time, facing the mirrors. Very nice. So we're going to come back to the center. Bring in the legs. Our next stretch or exercise, we're going to do a little bit of hips. You have the options to cross on the ankle. You can bring your foot up over the knee. And you're going to hold in place here, trying to loosen up the hips. You would like to deepen this stretch, try impinging slightly more until you're comfortable with that pull. Nice. We'll return back tall before we release our leg. Let's try to look for any knots or tension you may feel in the calf muscle. Very nice. And then we'll go ahead and release. We're going to reset the opposite leg again, coming across the ankle, bringing the leg up over the knee, holding in place here. And to deepen this stretch, you can hinge a little bit more until you're comfortable with that pull on the outer thigh. Nice. And then again, returning tall, we're going to give ourselves a calf massage on this leg as well. Very nice. And then we'll release. We're going to take our ball here. We have one more core exercise. We're going to be playing a little bit of basketball. I know March Madness is over. But we're here driving up one knee at a time, passing through, and then making our way the opposite side. And we've been doing 15, so let's just keep it at 15 here. Core is engaged. We're remembering to inhale through the nose, out of the mouth. Very well. And we're at 10. Very good. Counting down 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. As we get back through. Very nice. We're going to place the ball under one foot here. And we're slowly going to drive out the leg to a full extension and returning it back to our base. Slow rotation here, trying to keep the ball controlled under your foot. We're tall in the chair. Very nice. One more rotation. And then we'll switch it over to the opposite foot. Same concept here, trying to stretch out that leg as far as you can for that leg extension, returning it back to the midline. toe rocks here, coming up on the toes, then shifting back on the heels. Very nice. Slow and control. Very good. One more for each direction. And then to reward ourselves, we're going to place the ball now behind us on our back, anywhere we may feel tension. And we're going to take a moment to roll it out. Scoot back a little bit when you're here. We have to move my hairs too much. Anywhere you're feeling tension in the back. Very nice. We're going to pause for a moment, move it in a different area, and then we'll roll it out here. Very nice. We're going to pause one more time. We're going to shift the ball to a different position. Very nice. And then we'll release, sitting the ball back down by our side. We're going to finish with a couple of scarecrows. We're here tall again in the chairs, wiggling the fingers.